These games are ranked by PlayScore, a standard rating that averages gamer and critic reviews. Opening our list of the top 10 best 3DS visual novels is Hakuoki Memories of the Shinsengumi, one chapter in the critically acclaimed Hakuoki series. Memories of the Shinsengumi levels up the visual novel / otome genre with native 3D capabilities, compelling storylines, and a lovable cast of characters. Set in the feudal era of Japan, journey with Chizuru in her search for her lost father. As she navigates through the tumultuous period, she meets a strange band of samurai that shares in her quest and takes her in. In your search for your father, you'll encounter imperial soldiers, supernatural forces, and the love of your life. Build relationships with the men of the Shinsengumi, and weave through each heart-melting storyline. This version adds 6 more stories to the original, offering players new perspectives behind every twist and intrigue, and giving more meaning to the other events in the game. Bask in their improved 3D forms, and have some photo booth fun with a play score of 8.01. 9th place is Corpse Party Back to School Edition, one of the scariest games to reach Western shores. Another one of Japan's masterpieces lands on the begging hands of the rest of the world. And boy, we are in for a treat. Follow the story of a group of high schoolers as they try to uncover the mysteries of their haunted school. While it doesn't sound all that scary, you'll be delightfully proved wrong after every trying chapter. With their hand-drawn 2D sprites, venture into their paranormal worlds. Despite its cutesy look, it covers some of the darkest themes ever explored in video game form, from cannibalism to child murders and so much more. It knows when to hold back and build suspense, and then bring it all out in a spine-tingling crescendo. A remaster from 2011's PSP version, it delivers even more thrills with redrawn sprites, more bone-chilling music, and a few extra chapters. It has a play score of 8.25. 8th is Professor Layton in the Azran Legacy. The last main entry to the series that features Professor Layton is nothing but a fitting send-off to his legacy. The 6th game in the overall series, the Professor finds ancient relics once more as it directly continues the events of the previous game. It's a journey around the world, unlocking the secrets of the ancient Azran civilization. Much like their previous titles, Professor Layton brings even more exciting puzzles with him. Solve each one of these adorable assistants and navigate through its fascinating story. Aside from their main puzzles, the game also gives you a taste of mind-boggling action with a new puzzle every day for a year. Being the last of the series' prequels, it serves as a strong glue that binds the two trilogies together. While there's not a lot of innovation involved, it's a great use of their time-tested formula. It has a play score of 8.70. 7th place is Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Level 5 and Capcom combined to unite two of the 3DS's greatest minds. Dealing with the dark powers of witchcraft and deception, they work together and put their minds to the test. In this crossover, a mysterious book transports them to a strange medieval land. Explore the mysterious Labyrinthia, and use Professor Layton's gentlemanly charm and Phoenix Wright's forceful objections in 2 varying game styles. Find clues in the world around an adventure and defend your client from Wiccan accusations in the witch trials. Each mode makes the use of 2 series' various strengths, creating a service that all their fans can enjoy. A staple of the Layton series, but a first for the Ace Attorney, the game features complete voice acting for most of their cutscenes. Immerse yourself in its exciting narrative, solve every mind-boggling riddle, and meet a slew of new and interesting characters. It has a play score of 8.74. 6th is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Now for the trilogy that started it all. We don't usually put collections into our list, but we thought we could make one special exception. Let's flash back to the early days of our Ace Attorney and help him solve his very first cases. Still lacking the now standard voiceovers, it doesn't take much, if any, of the game's masterfully crafted quality cases. This game covers the first 3 trials of our titular Phoenix Wright. Despite his rookie status, he deals with high-risk murder cases with the help of the Chief and her sister Maya. A rookie lawyer at best, Phoenix Wright scouts locations for important clues and uses reasoning to lay down the law in court. Face off against your rival Miles Edgeworth, and shut down his affinity for fabricated evidence with the power of truth. Defend your clients and yourself in each thrilling trial. It has a play score of 8.74. 5th place is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. A clear upgrade from the decade-old classics, Phoenix Wright returns to continue the tale that Apollo Justice began. Set in a world haunted by fabricated evidence and false accusations, Phoenix Wright stays faithful to his name and aims to set things right once and for all. Forming a trio of the best defense attorneys, Phoenix, Apollo, and the new psychological expert Athena Sykes, these legendary lawyers bravely face against the game's sea of lies. Using your new psychoanalytical expertise, play with each of the character's strengths to win every case. Unveil the secrets of your opponents with Wright's psyche locks, look around for any sign of lying with Apollo, and use Athena's background to detect conflicting emotions in your witnesses. Build up your case with in-depth investigations, shake the court with your discovered contradictions, and bring back faith to the world's justice system. It has a play score of 8.77. Fourth place is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. The Spirit of Justice comes alive once again with the help of our iconic Ace Attorney and two of his best students, Apollo Justice and Athena Sykes. Set 1 year after the events of Dual Destinies, Phoenix travels to a religious nation to visit his old friend Maya Fey, while his understudies deal with the daily at the Wright offices. This latest entry to the main series sees the return of the many beloved characters from the classic series, as well as some new additions. Put yourself at risk against the absolute of a religious tradition, and defend a close friend from an incriminating murder trial. Either way, you'll get a healthy dose of the series' best puns, cases, and twists. And with Capcom's masterful strokes, the game only gets better with new mechanics and smoother gameplay. Fight against corrupt practices and defend the innocent. There's no objections here. It has a play score of 8.82. Third place is Zero Escape Zero Time Dilemma. The third and final entry in Spike Chunsoft's Zero Escape series comes back with the same suspense and haunting psychological horrors as its predecessors. Follow the story of 3 people forced into a deadly game along with 6 other participants. It's a decision game that will decide their fate as well as the whole of humanity. With life and death hanging by their fingertips, the 9 participants split into 3 groups must make their wisest decisions to save all their lives. While release is possible, half of the fun is exploring every dream timeline in the game, when decisions become even more harder to make. Doing away with the text-based adventures of their previous titles, Zero Escape takes on a more cinematic approach. Still, with every chapter, the writers prove they're one of the best in the business. It's the perfect way to end a well-loved series, and it receives a play score of 8.83. Second place is Professor Layton in the Miracle Mask. Level 5's delightful puzzle series is packed with the proven and tested formula that the series was once known for. But with its new features, it comes with a welcoming twist to the core gameplay and Professor Layton's crime-solving activities. It is the 5th game of the series. It also differs from their predecessors when it comes to the 3DS's hardware functionalities. Players will now actively use the stylus to zoom in and out of the game's clever puzzles via a magnifying glass. Just so you know, the game has over 150 puzzles. Some puzzles can be downloaded via the eShop, totaling to almost 400 puzzles all in all. It was widely praised due to its compatibility. It's fit for the 3DS console when it comes to the game design and puzzle mechanics. It's a tricky yet rewarding experience. It has a play score of 8.84. And the best visual novel game on the 3DS is Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward. Of course, who could forget the follow-up of the legendary 999? While it is rooted in the characters of the previous title, it manages to work out just fine as a standalone game. Play and watch things unfold, as a man named Sigma, trapped alongside 8 other people, imprisoned by a nefarious Zero. They delve into the risky business of the deadly nonary games. Following the trend of most reviewers, we're not gonna tell you much about the game's plot. The game is divided into 2 parts. Read through its award-winning narrative in a novel mode, and try to look for clues in an escape the room type section. There's so many shocking and satisfying twists in this game that it's not only enough to play through it once. Fall in love with each of their flawed and well-written character, and feel responsible for each of them. Experience the visual novel in its finest form, with a play score of 8.91.